and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a get ready with me, and it's this day to night look which I wore to a wedding recently. So if you would like to see how I got these two looks, then please keep watching. So as always, I am starting off with my moisturiser. Here I'm using the Clinique Moisture Surge. I'm putting that all over my face to keep me hydrated all day long. And I've had a couple of breakouts recently, which you can see here. So I'm just counteracting the redness using this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the green shade. And this is going to counteract any redness on the skin. And then I'm going in with the Illamasqua Cream Pigment in Emerge, which is a really nice peach toned colour, which is going to counteract any kind of blue bags, purple tones, things like that. So I'm just putting it underneath my eyes and around my mouth and blending that out with my damp beauty blender before going in with my foundation. These two other foundations that I'm using, I'm mixing them together and applying it onto my skin, again just using that same damp beauty blender in kind of bouncing motions because you don't want to move the counteracting concealering that we've done underneath. Moving straight onto my eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance in Lemon Drop as a base for the eyeshadow to stick to and for the colours to pop. And grabbing this shade from the Maybelline Nudes palette, I'm putting that on to my brow bone as a nice subtle highlight. And then going in with this warmer brown matte shade as a crease colour, and this just works as a nice transition between the colours that we put underneath the brow and also the colours that we put on the lid. Now taking this cooler brown tone shade, I'm basically just applying it to the outer corners of my eyes and just using this L'Oreal primer as a bit of a guide because I didn't want to do any sticking because I wanted to do my makeup quite quickly this morning. So here I'm just building up the colour until I am happy with the way that my eyes are looking, and then moving on to these two shades which make a really nice subtle yet golden colour and applying that on to the rest of my eyelid. And because I had orange in my outfit, I then took this colour here which is called Slow Burn from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm just applying that where the kind of darker matte brown shade meets the gold, just so that all the colours are nicely blended in together. And until I was happy with the payout, I kind of kept building up the colour. Now going back in with that transition shade, I'm just going and blending that colour a little bit more into it to make sure that the colours are nicely kind of melted into each other. Then it's time for my brows, and I did these off camera because you guys have seen me so many times doing my brows, so I will leave a link to my eyebrow routine in the info box below. And once I was done with my brows, I went on to my eyeliner. So here I'm using the Body Shop Skinny Thin Felt Eyeliner, and I'm just slowly building up my winged eyeliner. And again, you guys can just see me do it here. And I wanted to go for a bit of a wing because I just love doing a wing with Indian clothes. I think it just looks really, really nice. So once I was happy with that, I wanted to set that all in place and make the black a little bit more intense. So I took the matte black shade from that same Maybelline palette, and I'm just packing that colour straight on top where we applied that Body Shop eyeliner, like you can see me doing here. And once I was happy with that, I went in and tight lined my upper waterline, and I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. You guys know how much I love this eyeliner, so I'm just doing that here before moving on to my lower waterline. And for that I wanted to use a nude colour, so here I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury nude eyeliner and just building that colour up, and this just makes your eyes look nice and wide open. And for mascara I used my Lash Sensational mascara, and I didn't bother putting too much mascara on because I was going to be adding falsies onto this look. So once I'd done about a coat of that, I moved on to concealer, and I'm using a mixture of my Kevyn Aucoin and Maybelline Anti-Age Rewind eye concealer. I always mess up the name, and I'm just putting that in a triangle shape underneath my eyes to brighten and conceal that area, and then the usual areas in the middle and centre parts of my face before going in and blending all of those lines and areas out with my damp beauty blender. And I just love the way this kind of gives a really nice natural finish to the skin, even though there's lots of product on the skin. Then grabbing my Kick-Ass powder by Soap & Glory, I'm just setting all of those areas in place. So everywhere that we put the concealer, I am setting away. And for contour I use this Kevyn Sculpt powder, and I recently got this and I quite like it, but I wish it was a little bit more pigmented. So I'm just going in with my fluffy Sigma E40 brush and contouring my cheekbones and also my nose and my lips before going in with the Bahama powder by theBalm Cosmetics and just kind of deepening that contour up a little bit. And I'm also doing my hairline and jawline as well with this, and I decided to kind of just warm and bronze up my face. I'm just using the Too Faced bronzer here and just warming my hairline, my jawline, and also a little bit of my contour up. And once I was done with that, I went in with a clean brush just to blend all the lines away so everything was nice and blended. And for highlighter, I used the Kevyn Celestial powder. You guys know this gets so much love on my channel. It's definitely hit pan, and I have gone and got a backup of this. For my blush, I use this Givenchy blusher in the peach shade. I will leave the name of and all the details of the products that I use in the info box below, but I'm just kind of pushing that into my skin and going in with mascara on my lower lashes. And the reason why I use this blusher is because I had orange on my skin. I didn't really want to put orange blusher on, but I wanted to have kind of like an orangey undertone to it, which is why I used the peach shade. Then going back in with this warmer matte brown shade, I'm just running that along my lower lash line just to make sure that the top and bottom part of my eyes are nice and balanced out and that it's all looking quite nice. And then for my lips, I used my Lip Glam lip balm and just moisturising them very, very quickly. I forgot to do this at the beginning, which is why I'm doing it now, but no biggie because we're just going to go straight onto my lip gloss. I mean lipstick, not lip gloss. But this is the MAC's So Short lipstick, and I absolutely love this shade. And again, it went with the orange on my outfit. For my bindi, I used these Thunvi bindis, which I got from bindibox.co.uk, and I will leave a link to them below. And these are my lashes I went for. I believe these are the Miss Dolly lashes. Again, I did them off camera, but here I'm just fixing up my eyeliner just to make sure everything is nice and covered and there's no glue showing. For my hair, I just straightened it all. I haven't had straight hair in whatever feels like forever, but I absolutely love straight hair. And then just adding a little bit of lip coat onto my lips to seal the lipstick in. And yeah, it makes it kind of glossy, but then it does dry normal. And then to set all of my makeup, I'm just using the Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray and spraying that all over my face. And for jewellery, I use these earrings, which I got from Rituals from Leicester, and I will leave a link to the shop below. And make sure when you're putting Indian jewellery on that you're doing it the right way, because I totally put the wrong ear in the wrong earring. You guys know what I'm talking about. But here you can see me putting them on, and I absolutely love these earrings. As soon as I saw these, I think I got these like last year or the year before, I was just like, oh my god, I need you. They're like peacocks, they're so beautiful. For bangles, I wore these really cool stretchy bangles which I got from Bombay. They're so cool because they don't hurt your hands or anything like that when you put them on. And then for perfume, I actually wore my Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream, which is such a gorgeous scent. I was absolutely obsessed with this last summer and I just love the smell of it. So this is the final makeup look that I went for. Something quite neutral, but it still has that pop of orangey reds into it, and I had that colour as my dupatta, which is why I went for that orangey kind of look for this. I'm really sorry I didn't manage to get a full outfit picture for you guys or any footage. I was so busy rushing around in the morning that I completely didn't have the time, so I'm really sorry about that. But we went to the wedding and then came back home and chilled out for a bit, and it was time for the reception. So here I've pretty much taken a lot of my lipstick off when I got back home, but I'm just wiping the rest of it off with my simple wipes, and then moving on to just doubling up a little bit of foundation coverage. So I'm using the same foundations that I used earlier on in the day, and again with my Dab Beauty Blender, I'm just dabbing all of that onto my lower half of my face. And then I decided to get a little bit more of my Kick-Ass powder by Soap & Glory and just set my under eyes to make sure nothing is moved or anything like that, and just give me a little bit of extra coverage. Now going in with the contour, I'm using that same Kevyn Sculpt powder, and I'm going in and just sculpting my cheeks out. But like I mentioned earlier, I wish it was a little bit more pigmented or a little bit darker, so I did go and deepen that up using my favourite Crushed Walnut eyeshadow by Natural Collection. So here you can just see me doing that with my Sigma E40 fluffy blending brush and just kind of like deepening up the outer parts, and also slightly contouring my nose as well, before going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and just kind of setting all of the areas, mainly the lower half of my face because that's where we just reapplied foundation. And then I'm adding some blush. I'm using a mixture of these two Milani blushes and putting them onto my face. And I was actually getting ready with my nephew in the background, and you guys just have to listen to this.
I will be right back soon, okay?
Okay. Okay. He is just the cutest thing ever. I just had to keep that in for you guys because he's just so adorable. So yeah, where was I? I'm applying some highlighter. I believe this is Opal by Becca Cosmetics, and I'm just making sure that I'm also dusting that onto my Cupid's bow as well. Now taking this darkest grey matte kind of shade from the Naked Basics 2 palette, I'm basically just packing that all over my eyelid. And I'm going in with about a couple of layers until I was happy with the colour payout of it. And once I was happy with that, I was ready to kind of blend the edges out. So for that, I actually used my Too Faced bronzer, and I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush and just blending out the edges in the crease. And this just helps the whole thing look really kind of nicely blended. And then going in with my Body Shop Skinny Thin Felt eyeliner, just on top of my eyeliner that we applied earlier on in the day. And this is just to kind of deepen up that colour because we did obviously apply some eyeshadow on top, and I didn't want the colour to be kind of like muted down, so I'm just making sure that that's intense enough before going back in with the same bronzer, which is the Too Faced bronzer, and I'm smoking that out on my lower lash line. And I did quite a couple of layers of this on. I didn't want it too majorly intense. I just wanted it enough so the top and bottom parts of my eyes were kind of like even and balanced out. And then taking Perversion by Urban Decay, I'm just lining my lower waterline as well because I want it to be kind of a little bit more intense than it was earlier on in the day. Now for lips, I used a mixture of these two lipsticks. So this is the NARS lipstick in the shade Chiap. I think that's how you call it. And I'm just putting that on my lips first, but because I had some lip balm on, the colour payout wasn't as great, so then I went on top with my Sephora liquid lipstick in the Fuchsia shade. And then I'm just going in and bronzing up my skin to make sure that I'm happy with the way that it's just all looking. So here you can just see me doing my cheeks, my hairline, and I also did a little bit on my jawline and neck. For jewellery, I wore these earrings, which are gorgeous earrings, which I got from Atrang in Bombay when I was there earlier last year. I absolutely love these. They are quite heavy, but they sparkle so much. I absolutely love them. And then these are the bangles that I went for, and this is the final look. So this is my reception look, something a little bit more sultry, something a little bit more smoky. I really hope you guys enjoyed this day to night makeup look. Please let me know if you would like to see more of these on my channel. And yeah, I guess I will see you all in my next video. Bye!